things and may well make for a couple of interesting post-match presentation interviews with the two captains. I will absolutely be asking them as to their thoughts on it. Could it be Nandan Yadav? That's really turned us down, whatever change he's made. Could you come back and change it back? Who's going to, on his ODI debut, start up. He's got the new ball in his hand. A couple of years down in Australia playing great cricket, Mel. Big opportunity for him today. First time in this format.
Where was he playing? Do you know where?
I'll have to find that out. Yeah.
Be very interested to know.
I think it was in Adelaide. There was quite a few of the boys in Adelaide. Cut away very powerfully. Has that extra pace, does Nandan Yadav. Should get the second easily enough as Sandeep Lamachani does the fielding.
On the field in that first match against Nepal, and then take over the reins for the Scotland game. Now back concentrating on what he does best, and that's making runs.
Good delivery, really good delivery. Right on the money, that little bit of tail away. Now, Rohit Powdell used Karen KC in a way that was a little bit criticised in the last game. Bowled a brilliant 5 overs up top, didn't he? 5 overs, 2 for 12. That's the perfect KC line and length and shape. Then he came back and got demolished in the final 4 overs at the death. Will they keep him going a bit more today?
Well, he's certainly done his job so far. Hasn't given up a run yet. Even though they started with those 10 runs on the board. He's making up for them with dots. Oh.
Action replay. That is basically a carbon copy. Just proving too good for Max O'Dowd. Those two slip fielders very much sitting and waiting.
Love the smile on his face. Look at that. He knows. He enjoys his cricket. He also knows when he's delivered an absolute cracking delivery. It's had an eventful series so far.
Nearly carries, just short as Sharkey combines with the second slip fielder to keep it to just a single. Never quite carried.
And the first run that Karen Casey has conceded, and it was by no means particularly confident.
Let's pick up the pull shot that Levitt favours and gets it very, very nicely. It's going to go all the way. Lalit Rajbanshi signalling to the umpires that it definitely cleared the rope. Lovely honesty shown by him. And a good spirited cricket on show from the Nepali players in the outfield. Nicely played. It didn't actually bounce that much, so a bit of risk involved, but yeah, just about crept over the rope. A maximum for Michael Levitt.
He just picks it up so well, doesn't he? Doesn't have to have a huge amount of height or even width. It's a favoured shot, and it's the second time he has found the boundary, this time going all the way.
Back on a good length, this time Fuller from Casey. 7 runs from his second over. It's 24 for none. Good crowd in again, probably about 200, 250 fans, something in that vicinity. The vast majority, in fact you'd probably say 99%. Well, I'm sure there's a few locals just enjoying the neutral action, cheering on Nepal, and they'll be trying to get into good voice if they can find any breakthroughs. As Nandan Yadav will come in for his second over. Oh, inside edge, saves O'Dowd, who's looked really iffy to start with, hasn't he? Just about got the inside edge down. If he didn't, I think that would have been a debut wicket for Nandan Yadav.
Well, he's hunting, isn't he? He's seen Karen Casey bowl some beauties up the other end, but that one has come back in on O'Dowd. He's faced some good balls so far, but that's the nature of international cricket. O'Dowd just looking a little bit scratchy early on, and in fact pulls out. Just going to take his time to settle himself again.
Number 33, talking to the coach right down next to us. Goes straight up. Is this going to be the moment for Nandan Yadav? Max O'Dowd's already turned and walked off. Yadav celebrates. There's a bit of extra spice in the celebrations too from Nepal. They have their first. It's the big one again. Max O'Dowd's rather disappointing series with the bat continues, and Nepal have the first.
Well, he'd struggled against the opening bowling, and this has almost gone off the toe of the end of the bat. Straight up in the air. Threw the shot a bit too early. Lalit making sure of it. And don't think that Nepal have given away this game, that is for sure. First wicket down, 9 to go. O'Dowd departs on 4.
Big wicket, because there is not a lot of form in this Dutch batting lineup. I know Noah Kroos is starting to maybe a show of his quality, but there's definitely a sense that there's a weak underbelly to this Dutch side. Big moment for young Nandan Yadav. What a story as well. Reminder that if it wasn't for the Nepal Premier League, he wouldn't be here at all. He'd already emigrated permanently to Australia. He came back only to play the event. He had booked a flight, he'd taken a boarding pass, and his mother called and said, I don't think you should go. I think your future is here, and your future is to bowl and play for Nepal. Mothers are always right, aren't they, Mel? Lovely stuff from Nandan Yadav as Wesley Baresi comes to the crease. My thanks to the Kantipur TV team, Sabina, Karki and Binod Pandey. All in Nepali language, that story that he told to them exclusively. I don't quite have the translation skills yet, so I need a little bit of help with that. But yeah, that particular quote very much stuck with me. And I suspect right now the entire Yadav family and Nandan himself is saying, well, wasn't that the best decision I've ever made? Baresi gets off the mark. 41 years young, the veteran retained his place in the team despite the return of Scott Edwards because of an illness to Vikramjit Singh, who was back at the team hotel unable to be here. Finally feels a bit like summer, Mel, doesn't it? It's taken a while for the the sun to actually kind of kick in to get the temperature going in the right direction. The wind is much, much calmer today now.
I say that, but I have just put on my next layer of a sweater, and you're still wearing your Cricket Ireland beanie that has been warming your head for the last few days. We've taken whatever we have. It's just you've got to time your additional layers. But this is definitely the nicest day that we have had. Does feel much calmer.
Yeah, just a slight break in play here because... Show us the two players, 33. I think Bim Sharkey having a problem, maybe with a contact lens from looking at it, or maybe just getting something stuck in his eye. Karen Casey raced across to help his teammate. Roa Paulo gets a chance just to talk to Nandan Yadav about that length. It looks to me like he wants him to be bowling a length that's kind of coming shoulder high to the bat, so not too full, not too short. And Levitt's a pretty impulsive player. He may well still take on the pull shot, but might be looking to pick up a wicket in a similar method to the way in which he got Max O'Dowd out. That's a perfect length, isn't it? Captain asks, captain receives.
Yeah. Could just angle that bat. You can sense it. He'd love to be able to pick up that ball again. He doesn't need a lot of bounce to play that shot. Just got one fielder down a deep square leg.
Yeah, two outside the circle, split field at the moment, deep third and a deep backward square. So that means that Karen Casey at fine legs had to come up into the circle. He was just getting instructions himself from Stuart Laws. That's driven straight at Bashir Ahmed.
Look at Bashir Ahmed as well, the way he fielded that. Shape to throw.
End of the fourth over, 25 for 1. Just show you the two starting 11s here, Mel. Today, 3 changes for Nepal, 2 of those enforced due to injuries to Sampal Kami and Gulshan Jah. We don't know how bad the injury is to Gulshan Jah yet, just a little knee niggle, we believe. But for Sampal Kami, there's a bone in his arm just next to his elbow that's suffered a minor fracture, actually batted through it. And then for the Netherlands, they've just have the one change. Scotty Edwards has come in place of Vikramjit Singh. The third change for Nepal was a selectorial one. They've decided against Asif Sheikh today. It means that Anil Kumar Shah has the gloves. I think it's the first time Asif Sheikh's been left out in his ODI career. And a big call. His brother Arif, though, the leading run scorer on the tour from any of the sides now, I think.
He's had a terrific series, hasn't he? And certainly today, he was the one who kept everything together for Nepal, particularly when things just got a bit crazy. And you could see, felt like everyone was a bit shell-shocked except for Arif Sheikh. He just kept going. You can tell things have warmed up because Lenny has removed his beanie hat.
All the thinking I'm having to do, reading these laws and trying to explain them to you all at home. It's amazing that Law 41 itself has so many subcategories, and it needs to have all those subcategories to basically cover off every single potential piece of misconduct or unfair play as the law is so written. But it's so broad, the law. It goes all the way to 41.17.4. And that law alone, Mel, there's 42 laws in cricket. It has 4,842 words. Just that one law. So you're talking about sort of hit in the air, but hit away for 4. Well juggled and fielded by that gentleman in the Nepal shirt out there. Nicely on top of the bounce. Just brought in an extra catcher, didn't they? I think into a gully position, but Levitt finds the gap.
Yeah, after impressing with the ball, Levitt is going quite nicely, opening the batting. He's played the pull shot well, and now he adds in the cut shot.
He started really brightly here, Michael Levitt, isn't he? Looks like he's got the bit between his teeth and thinking with 3 wickets next to his name, oh, I've got the player of the match in my sights.
Well, he's in pole position, one would imagine. If he gets a decent score here, and Netherlands do go on to win this match, but that is far from decided yet. He was out for just 1 run when these two met last week here.
Nicely played by Baresi, but a good piece of fielding. Sandeep Lamachani dives to his right. Rijan Dakal's on the field. Not sure who's off right now, but the sub-fielder's on.
And trying to count heads. Well done. Nice work, Sandeep.
Clipped stylishly off his hip by Baresi, who's been in great form in the top class. It's always a big jump up, though, from the Premier Dutch club competition back up to international cricket. So he'll be very keen to get a score, because you kind of at that stage, that age of your career, you're almost always thinking, is this going to be my last chance? It's Arif Sheikh, I think, that is off the field for the moment, maybe just getting some treatment after that lengthy innings. He's really the only one who's another seam bowling option today for Nepal. Got plenty of spin bowling options, a huge number of them, but it's really just the 2 frontline seamers we're watching here. Because of this absence due to injury of Sampal Kami, it'll just be Arif Sheikh's medium pace and then a litany of spin that Nepal will throw at the Dutch. But the Dutch will have Scotty Edwards, one of the best players of spin going around, to try and counteract that. He'll be in next.
This part of the day has generally been the best time for batting. We've seen here at Fort Hill over the past 10 days. The hybrid pitches hold up pretty well, we'd have to say, and the 2 that have been played on have not really played differently. So it's been pretty even across the days. What a good start this is for Yadav, albeit a wide on the first ball, but to have got the breakthrough already will please his captain enormously. A lot of question marks around this Netherlands batting lineup. Once you get past the first couple of batters, who's feeling the middle and lower middle order have struggled for runs a bit in recent times.
Down the leg side, that'll be given as a wide. Yeah, you get the sense, don't you, that you know what you're going to get from the Dutch bowling and fielding performance. It'll be very effective, very efficient, and will generally apply a tight stranglehold over the opposition. The problem has been, it just cannot, with the exception of Scott Edwards' consistency, get any collective